your songs were generally songs about the pains of life and the struggles that accompany them, or about the joys that come from the experiences we have with our family and friends, I don't think I would be compelled to write this letter that you will likely never read or listen to. I am writing this open letter for the sake of those I am responsible to lead.
From Living Word Church, you're listening to the Living the Word podcast, encouraging you to walk steadfastly in your Christian faith.
Dear Taylor Swift, I heard about your new album release recently. You have 31 new songs that will certainly become the most influential songs in the music industry. They will also become the most influential in the lives of the tens of millions of people who listen to them. Your talent is undeniable, as well as your skill in songwriting. You are very creative with your lyrics, and you seem to understand how to tap into the pulse of the culture. As a musician myself, I also appreciate the quality of sound and mixing that are produced in your songs. I do, however, not appreciate the level of influence you are having in the lives of young people. If your songs were generally songs about the pains of life and the struggles that accompany them, or about the joys that come from the experiences we have with our family and friends, I don't think I would be compelled to write this letter that you will likely never read or listen to. I am writing this open letter for the sake of those I am responsible to lead. There are 2 songs from your new album that I want to ask you about. I heard them just recently, and I must admit I was shocked to hear the blatant disregard for morality in those songs. Of course, I know that not all of your songs are like these 2 songs, but these 2 songs and the messages in them are quite disturbing. I have young girls that I am raising, and I have a church that I pastor and a school that I lead. Both are filled with young girls and young men who are influenced by your music. The 2 songs that actually made my stomach unsettled were the songs Fortnight and But Daddy, I Love Him. I have a sincere question. When you were writing the song Fortnight, did you stop and think about the influence you might have in promoting adultery and murder? Here's another question. If God blesses you with children one day, would you want them to hear your song that might encourage them to covet their neighbor's spouse and perhaps do anything to have them? This is what your lyrics are saying. Did you misspeak when you wrote, quote, "And for a fortnight there, we were forever, run into you sometimes, ask about the weather. Now you're in my backyard, turned into good neighbors. Your wife waters flowers. I want to kill her. And I love you. It's ruining my life. I love you. It's ruining my life." I know that perhaps you may say that I'm missing the point of the song and that it's not real life and it's just singing about what we see in our world today. Perhaps that's true. But do you think that the 14-year-old girl who is listening to that song can discern the difference between a make-believe world you are creating and a worldview that promotes lust, adultery, and doing whatever it takes to have what you want? I don't think she can. In fact, I think that young girl will drink that sick worldview through a straw and digest it deep into her heart. Maybe I'm overstating that, but maybe not. One thing I'm not overstating is that your song, But Daddy, I Love Him, is encouraging that 14-year-old girl to completely disregard the instruction and care of her parents, her church leaders, and anyone else who disagrees with her choice of a boyfriend. Are you singing about your 34-year-old self when you say, quote, "I just learned that these people only raise you to cage you, Sarahs and Hannahs in their Sunday best. I just learned these people try and save you 'cause they hate you. Too high a horse for a simple girl to rise above it. They slammed the door on my whole world, the only thing I wanted. Now I'm running with my dress unbuttoned, screaming, 'But Daddy, I love him. I'm having his baby. No, I'm not, but you should see their faces.'" So who did you write those lyrics for? Is this normal for a 34-year-old woman to write and sing songs like this? Do you really want young girls to rebel against the authority figures God has placed in their lives for their protection? Is your conscience okay with the reality that your lyrics might encourage a young girl to reject the warnings of her parents about a young man, and then that young man take advantage of her? I wouldn't think that you were writing this song about Travis Kelce with whom the whole world knows you are dating. It seems to me that two 30-somethings dating each other are not the context of this song. This is why it appears to me that you are knowingly targeting the age demographic that will propel your album to the top of the charts. I think you can do better than that. I think you can write songs that reflect the Christian heritage that you claim. Why would you ever want to encourage people, young or old, to throw off restraint, to follow their illicit desires, to do whatever they have to do to get what they want? Don't listen to anyone and ignore all wisdom and warnings. Why? Why write songs like that? That's my big question. Why? I think I already know the answer. Why write songs that clearly promote behaviors that you wouldn't want your future kids to emulate? Because you understand that sex sells, that rebellion sells, and that writing songs that promote those things will continue to enrich your bank account and further place you in a position to insulate your future children from those kinds of influences. That must be your motivation. I can't know for sure, but I sure can know that your songs are nothing but trouble when it comes to shaping the minds of the next generation.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you would like to submit a potential question, a topic, or an idea for a future episode, or learn more about the Living the Word podcast, you can visit us at livingwordhoma.com. We would like to say thanks to all of you who subscribed, shared episodes, and left reviews. Living the Word podcast is a production of Living Word Church in Houma, Louisiana, under the leadership of Pastor Ben Buffkin. Our prayer is that you will remain faithful to living the Word.